Be ready. Start. Madam Speaker, coming back to the effects of the rupee depreciation, we must realize that part of this depreciation was merely a needed adjustment. Stop. Inflation in India has been much higher than in the advanced countries. Stop. Therefore, it is natural that there has to be a correction in the exchange rate to account for this difference. Stop. To some extent, depreciation can be good for the economy as this will help to increase our export competitiveness and discourage imports. Stop. There are many sectors which are regaining competitiveness in export markets as a result of the fall in the exchange rate. Stop. Over the next few months, I expect the effects of this to be felt more strongly both in exports and in the financial position of exporting sectors. Stop. This in itself would correct the current account deficit to some extent. Stop. However, foreign exchange markets have a notorious history of overshooting. Stop. Unfortunately, this is what is happening not only in relation to the rupee but also other currencies. Stop. The Reserve Bank and the government have taken a number of steps to stabilize the rupee. Stop. Some measures have given rise to doubts in some quarters that capital controls are on the horizon. Stop. I would like to assure the House and the world at large that the government is not contemplating any such measures. Stop. The last 2 decades have been India grow as an open economy and we have benefited from it. Stop. There is no question of reversing these policies just because there is some turbulence in capital and currency markets. Stop. The sudden decline in the exchange rate is certainly a shock, but we will address this through other measures, not through capital controls or by reversing the process of reforms. Stop. The finance minister has clarified this matter at length and I take this opportunity to reaffirm our position. Stop. Madam Speaker, ultimately the value of the rupee is determined by the fundamentals of our economy. Stop. While we have taken a number of actions to strengthen those fundamentals, we intend to do more. Stop. Growth has slowed in recent months. Stop. I expect growth in the first quarter of 2013-14 to be relatively flat, but as the effects of the good monsoon kick in, I expect it to pick up. Stop. There are many reasons for this optimism. Stop. The decisions of the Cabinet Committee on Investment in reviving stalled projects will start bearing fruit in the second half of the year. Stop. The full effects of the growth-friendly measures that have been taken over the last 6 months, such as liberalizing norms for foreign direct investment, resolution of some tax issues of concern to industry and fuel subsidy reform will come into play over the year, resulting in higher growth, particularly in manufacturing. Stop. Exports are also starting to look up as the growth performance of the rest of the world is showing signs of improving. Stop. So, I believe growth will pick up in the second half of the fiscal year, barring extreme unforeseen eventualities. Stop. Madam, there are questions about the size of the fiscal deficit. Stop.